welcome to Wesani Podcast, where we talk about real people issues. Okay? On this program, we give people the opportunity to come and express themselves, discuss things, pour out their mind. And today, we'll be talking about relationship matters. I'm your favorite podcast host. I'm Mr. Chooks, and with me is my co-host.
I'm Daniel.
And then we'll have two awesome guests today. So I want them to introduce themselves.
I'm Mrs. Nancy Onkwo, popularly known as Fancy Nancy.
Okay, and
I'm Mrs. Sharon Njoko.
okay.
You can
So-
call me Sharon.
Wow. Okay, thank you for being here. So today we'll be talking about very controversial matters. Hope we are ready.
How
Now,
controversial.
very controversial. So now, the first thing I want us to say is, before we even delve into it, I want to know, when you hear the word relationship, or when you come across it, what comes to your mind exactly? Like, what do you think it means? Just tell us.
Okay. In a layman's term, relationship is where two matured adults.
Too matured.
Yes, because relationship is not all about. It's not a child's play. So when I use
Not for boys.
when I use the word mature, I mean like two matured minds. I'm not talking about the age here,
Wow.
but just two matured minds.
In essence, one can be 30,
Yes.
but you won't categorize that person as
A matured minded person.
okay.
So two matured minds coming together to date. Relationship can end up in marriage. It can also end up as just
As X plus X.
yeah. So for me, relationship is just two adults coming together to know themselves better, to know if they are compatible, to know if that word love, if it is really working together for them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So most time relationship to some people is just boyfriend and girlfriend issue, but it is more of that. So for me, relationship is two adults, matured minds coming together to get to know themselves better.
Wow. Matured minds.
Yes.
Okay. So Sharon, tell us.
Well, okay. People have, she has said part of what relationship is about. It has to be two matured minds.
Okay.
But for me personally, relationship is a place where I become vulnerable.
Okay.
Yes. Where I can't be in a relationship with somebody that I can't open up myself with.
You can't be free
I
with.
can't be free with the person.
How free do you want to be in a relationship? 100%.
Of course, it should be 100 because
Wow.
it's a 100 thing.
Wow.
Where you pour out your vulnerability, I pour out my vulnerability, because it's in the place of vulnerability that that bond is created.
I'm not sure many ladies will agree with you. Many ladies come into or will tell you that you shouldn't tell your man everything. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, sorry for cutting you short. Most ladies wouldn't agree with that because both the guys, both the ladies, everyone is coming into a relationship with their interior motive.
Okay.
Yes. Some guys are dating a girl because she's well structured, her ass is wow, her face is beautiful.
Yeah.
Why some girls are coming into a relationship because he's a Yahoo guy. He
He has
just
the money.
picked. He has so many cars.
Wow.
He can
Money
spend.
spender now.
So you see, these two people are. I have my interior motive for coming into a relationship. You haven't. It's not like they are coming into the relationship because of the word love. Because I'm in love with this guy. I'm dating. Let's see how it goes. But because two adults have she's beautiful.
Okay,
Do
sorry.
you
In
understand?
essence, there can be a relationship without love.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay?
Yes.
There can be a relationship without love.
Yes.
And you don't, for me, you don't call that one.
And it is no, they call it relationship. It's the order. Yes, it's the order of the day.
Okay.
Yes. Even they can even be marriage without love.
Well,
Wouldn't that be deception? Oh, okay,
And you
things
can
happen.
you can call that.
Okay, things happen. Okay, but wouldn't that be deception? Wouldn't that be people fooling themselves, per se?
To you that have conscience and to you that knows that there is more to what we call marriage, there's more to what we call love. There are people who don't care. They just want to be there because of the benefits they feel.
Sure.
they are getting. Do you understand? So there are people who are living like that.
Okay.
They use relationship as money making.
Yes.
Like it's a side hustle or it's a...
And at the long run, when the money is no longer popping out, when the beauty is fading away, you start seeing them, I want to divorce, I'm no longer interested. So it is the relationship in our generation now, it's kind of, it is kind of why that when we start expatiating on it, we won't live here.
Wow.
Well, for me, a lot has to do with relationship.
Okay.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
You know, from what they've said,
Mm-hmm.
what I can pick out here is relationship in our time is not really defined. Do you understand?
Okay.
There should be purpose attached to relationship. And in your own, the way Fancy has said it, some people come in with an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay.
It is their own purpose. You can't negate the fact that this is the purpose why they came in.
And we'll still have to call that a relationship.
So we have good and bad relationship, don't you?
That's the word.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
a bad
You
kind.
understand?
Yeah.
The man has something he's looking out for. The lady also
Okay.
has something she's
Okay,
looking
so
out
let
for.
me say this now, okay, before we now go into the next of kin one, because I know we are going to have lots of things to say.
Okay.
Can we now officially say that there are good relationships and there are bad relationships?
True.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
in 2 sentences, just tell us what a good relationship should now be.
Okay, for me, a good relationship is you getting to a relationship with a heart of love. Do you understand? Like, I love this guy. I just want to be with him. I want to create a future with him. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I just love him for who he is, and not for what he is.
Okay.
There are people who love you because of what you are, not because of who you are. So who you are is that you can actually buy them iPhone 16 today.
Okay.
You can actually foot their bills.
Yeah.
That is what you are. But who you are is your personality. Do you understand?
Okay.
The you in you, even if you're not having at this time, but they've seen through your eyes that this guy is a hustler, this girl is a great girl, she's intelligent, she's smart, in future she can make the kind of wife I want, she can make the kind of woman I want.
Okay. Okay, so for you, what will you call a good relationship?
Okay. Any relationship that adds to my life, that makes me better than what I was yesterday, it's a good relationship for me.
It should
Because
make
if I
you-
get into a relationship and I become worse than who I am,
But the lady that got an iPhone, the latest iPhone, I think she's better than what she was, okay? She has better clothes.
do not use
Okay,
material
overall.
thing to.
Okay, so explain to us actually what you mean by being a better person. Because if I have more money, some people define being better as possessions.
Yeah,
Okay, so tell us exactly.
Your question said to me, so
Okay,
I'm telling you.
okay.
in
So please
respect to
just
me.
explain more.
There are things that I value so much. I don't value material things.
Okay,
Anything that can increase my value system
okay,
and make me better in the society
okay.
and makes my worth it. That's what I call good relationship. Yes, you understand. So you come into my life. I start learning how to smoke.
That you don't do before.
Thank you.
Uh,
I start will I use the word sleep around or so. You understand? Like a lot of value system in me. In fact, I forget my home training. The things my mother taught me when I was growing up, I don't longer do them again because I'm in a relationship. No, it can't go well for me.
Okay.
So if I get into a relationship and as somebody that reads, I begin to read better.
Okay.
Somebody that I want to go for, classes, I want to go for things. You bring out the best in me.
Okay,
That's what I
so
call a good relationship.
To maybe summarize it, I will say to summarize it, I will say from your own perspective, relationship should be about love. Okay, love and the person's personality. What you think the person will offer you in the future, the kind of life you people want to live. And then from your own, you said you should have to be with peace of mind and making you better.
Yes, someone that will make you better.
The person must make me better. Okay.
Both ways. It goes both ways.
Okay, but exactly, because I was going to say
It goes
that.
both ways.
Just both ways.
Because
Because as a man, you should act to my business, and as a woman, you should
Jesus
act
Christ.
to my business.
no, I think I'm better with it, because if you say you have to improve, then what happens to the man? Because I don't think it should be parasitic.
Like it is garbage in, garbage out.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Like the energy he is giving is the same energy she's giving to. Like someone bringing out the best in you.
Okay.
And in the man too, because that's why I tell people, don't enter a build yourself before you enter a relationship.
Okay.
Because a man cannot be looking for an advice on a particular thing he wants to do, for example, a business, and he's basically going to ask.
Shouldn't women build themselves too?
That's what I'm talking about. I said as a when I mean
you have
man,
to build yourself.
As a woman that is going to be with a man, you need to build yourself for that. Likewise, the man. Your husband should not be, or your man should not be looking for. He's confused about a thing. When you build yourself enough, you will have something to offer in that relationship.
Okay.
You know, he won't. Him going to look for advice for somewhere else. You know.
My hand doesn't that one. You wanted to say
so
something.
you need to build yourself.
You know, in this matter of what's it called?
Relationship.
Is one way in our time.
Okay.
Ladies receive more of the betterment if there's a word.
I think
It's not true. I disagree. I disagree.
Are you serious?
Oh my God.
No, I disagree with you.
See, if you ask ladies what they give to men, they'll tell you peace of mind.
Okay, birthdays. Okay, let me come to this one. We are talking about making it better. During birthdays, okay, the guy will take, if it's the girl's birthday, the guy will take the girl out. Buy A, buy B, buy C, do this, do that. But on the man's birthday, a kid was born.
No, fine. It depends on the kind of lady you're dating. If you're dating a girl in year 2 in IMSU, or a girl in Naked, or a girl in Futo, you don't expect her to come and maybe take you out, shower you with love, shower you roses and all that. It's not like the girl can't on her own maybe save up and say, okay, let me buy you boxers and singlets.
Boxers and singlets.
Yes,
exactly.
It's not a birthday gift.
That's Valentine, boxers and singlets.
Or let me buy you a
singlet.
good cologne. Do you understand? It's not like they can't do it. For me, when it comes to giving, I don't really think you must have it all for you to give to your man or for you to give to your woman. Now, it's not the same thing as like when you're dating a working class lady, except the lady is stingy and the lady doesn't know what love is all about.
That is your.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Love doesn't segregate who gives and who doesn't give. It comes from the both parties. Do you understand? Like my man, every time he's bed, I take out time to take him out, give him a nice treat, get some stuff for him. He's my man, and I have it. Do you understand? So you wouldn't start dating a girl that fries akara in the junction and you're expecting the girl to give you a treat. Maybe at that point she's not having, and maybe when she have, she will do. But saying women take more in relationship, I disagree. Is a no for me. Like people would like say, some women are gold diggers. There are guys that are gold diggers too.
One.
Sorry. I think this is turning to a man-woman debate. I don't have strength.
No.
Back then in primary school, there is this normal debate we used to have. What a man can do.
A woman can do. No. We are just trying to balance the equation here. Do you understand? Okay, fine. I can say 70. I can say 70, 60.
It can't be 70. It can't be 70, 30 now.
70, 30.
So
do you understand?
We are still saying the same thing. The men bring at least 2 times more.
The
it's
thing
not 2
here,
times
for me,
more.
what I'm saying is not just about giving material things.
Okay.
What I'm addressing is the intent of the heart here.
Okay.
Men, by nature, give more than the woman.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
When if a lady is able to give to you, one and love Robbie. Do you understand?
Okay.
A man, whether he really loves you or not, you just see him giving. He gives time, he gives attention, he still gives material.
He even gives to in-laws, to the
Do
family.
you understand? But for ladies, giving to you is a question of her genuine love for you. I'm not saying if I give you 100,000, you have to give me back 100,000. Then that's business. Do you understand? But what we are looking at, do ladies really have the heart to give, to make sacrifice? That is just what I'm trying to say. Not about give me, I give you things.
I sincerely believe the definition or explanation of relationship, it was just to get our opinion because this is a topic that cannot be exhausted. Okay, so I want us to move on to the very next important. Okay, now, so next up, I'm single. Or let me see, I'm not married yet. So, but when I don't marry, who should be the next?
No, not to now. We don't marry. They
Okay.
don't marry.
Okay, so two of them now, we don't enter marriage. See what it be like. Okay, putting into context what happened a few weeks ago that
So
trended. Yes, that trended on social media. Okay,
no.
so you know the conversation didn't really end. People had their opinions, but basically now, with just one word answer first before we dive into it, who should be a married man's nest of kin? It's just an answer. What do you think?
Okay, it still boils down to relationship.
Okay.
Now, in our society now, like I told you, most people are dazzling into marriage because of what they will mimic, what they can milk out of that marriage.
Okay.
Now, if you marry to a woman who don't have you at heart,
Okay.
who is not interested about your future,
Okay.
her personal reasons and interests of marrying you is just to get into you,
To
devour
suck.
you,
Now she's a parasite.
take stuff from you. If you have such woman, I don't know how men can be able to see through. We have women who are I don't even know the adjective to classify them.
Okay.
There are women who just sit back and will be like, I want to get married to this man. In the next 4 years, I will divorce him.
Please, can you give me an inspo how to identify those things so that I will run? I don't want to vomit. How do we know? We single men now, who want to get married, how do we know those ones that will sit down
Like,
to say,
see, like this kind of women, they are pretenders. Some of them are pretend. You might not really know, but by their actions, you can as well detect and maybe read some meaning into what they have.
Okay.
Any woman that is not bent on like planning a future with you, do you understand?
Yeah.
Maybe when you're busy planning a future, trying to let you both be on the same page, she's not saying things that way. It should be a red flag.
okay, so
Same goes to the men.
okay, so when they get into the relationship, you are trying to say the reason.
Yes, I'm trying to say the reason. For me, if you're married to a man that you're building a future with, like you want to live the rest of your life with this man, I think the man should be your nest of kin.
Okay, and the woman's nest of kin should be.
And the woman and your husband, you too should be your husband's nest of kin.
Okay. Okay, so you believe the couple should just be there.
Most times women.
Okay.
Like when I was growing up, my first account,
Okay.
my first account, as in my first bank account, when they were asking me nest of kin, I used my elder brother.
Okay.
So I found out my elder brother to use my elder sister. So we're just using ourselves as our nest of kin. It's not even quite long. I had to change
those.
from my hobby for one account, then my first son for the next account. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So most times women intend using their children.
For us.
Yes, as nest of kin too.
So
What?
Do
Wait,
you
I will say
understand?
something later, Sha. I will say
Do you
something
understand?
later
But
about this next one.
with the way our society is going, if you're married to a woman you trust, a woman you know, this is my wife.
you said something. You said if. That
Yes.
word if.
Yes, it's a clause.
Okay, so what you are trying to say is, in a marriage, okay,
Yeah.
depending on what is happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in essence, the man looking at what the marriage is like should go and choose his nest of kin. If I'm to go by the implication of that if, you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So what you're trying to say is, you will be married man. Like tomorrow if you marry, use your eye, look how your marriage be. Use your eye, look how your wife be.
If it
Know
goes,
who you
why,
will make
why
your
it
next
go be
of
for
kin.
marriage where you want use eye look the woman?
No,
why
no,
you can avoid that?
no,
before
it's not my.
getting
Listen,
See,
this is what she said. She
you
said
might
if.
you might think you've avoided, then getting into the marriage, the woman brings out
There is like see, no one can pretend for too long. I beg to disagree because the truth of the matter is that before anything, before kasala go blank or wetin una dey call am,
Okay.
before e go happen, e don show you sign.
Okay.
Woman wey be backstabber, she don dey show you sign before she marry you. But you just you dey after the breast, dey after the
Babe, it's not true.
So they say you no see am. No.
Baby, you're talking like you don't know my gender. My gender is
Okay.
my see, most times people drag me on social media. They will be like, Nancy, you're always supporting. I'm not supporting the other gender. I'm trying to balance it here.
Okay.
My gender can pretend.
Okay.
Like, have you not had a girlfriend that is a girlfriend? She pretends that you guys are cool, you're her girlfriend, but your back she's backstabbing.
Doing
No, I want. Well, you know,
my gender, take it or leave my gender.
I know that there are people.
Pretend.
I know there are people that pretend, but you can't. There's how long you can pretend on certain sensitive issues.
Okay. Now, if you come to that point, now we have many people who stay outside the country, and they call and say, "Help me,
yes,
get a woman." We even have mothers that go around to say, I can get a woman for you. There is this girl, blah 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 blah, and the girl behaves in such a manner. We've seen people go to the village and say they want to marry.
You have used your hand and describe the kind of relationship.
But I'm coming
because you can't tell me somebody introduced you to somebody and you just marry the person.
But at the time when our parents were getting married,
it worked.
Yes.
You wouldn't use when our
you
parents
wouldn't use because there are certain value systems that are
Yes.
part of them. That is not part of us now because of the kind of economy we have. People use marriage and
economy
relationship.
relationship.
It affects now because hunger there in the town. So people don't turn
economic
relationship.
Some people don't turn relationship to
to business zone. So that's the truth.
Wow.
Nobody wants to.
In
work.
essence, if I don't know, my brother, if I'm being too this thing.
See, there are a lot that happens in marriage. I'm not married to say, but the truth is, people change in marriage.
Okay.
If a woman gets pregnant, a part of her character will show, which you did not expect. Because this is something she has never experienced.
Yes.
Let's say there is economic change in our world. You understand?
Yes.
You dated a man where the land was flowing with milk and honey,
And all of a sudden.
and all of a sudden the thing closed. You understand? There is certain reaction. Okay, what about when the man loses his job or investment goes
This
south?
is what I'm trying
you
to
get
talk
the
about.
point.
And Dan, that's what I said. I'm trying to say something. I said, before you get married, work on yourself. And you that is marrying, know who you are getting married to. It is very important to properly date and court somebody before you get into that. I know people pretend.
Okay,
But let me land.
Okay.
When I mean work on yourself, you work on yourself in during when you're taking that bath. They said in sickness and in health, in
Riches.
and
in poor.
Thank you.
But
They will remove that side. There will always be a downtime in relationship. There will always be a time when things are not working.
Yes,
Trust me.
yes.
No, even the richest of men, there's always a time when things are not always going the way they plan. So that's why it is not the woman you married or the man you married that will hold you at that point in time.
I know, okay. We've been saying very wonderful things. From all the things we've said now, can I say that, in essence, the next of kin is determined by exactly what is happening in that marriage, and that it can change? Is that what we're trying to say? Okay, so this whole thing now, this whole DNA thing now, we've not been able to say something that I think we've left it open to choices. Okay, we left it open to circumstances. You understand? So I'm trying to bring this thing home now. Mr. A gets married to Lady B. Okay, and then issues that have to do with property and the rest of it, okay, and their future and the rest of it, maybe, so you know what I'm talking about. Who supposedly, by default should Mr. A choose as the next of kin, and who should Lady B choose as her own next of kin?
Do you know what marriage means? Marriage is partnership.
Okay.
You are partnering with somebody. Two of you own a business. No one, unless you decide to have shares in that business where you say Mr. A has this, Mr. B has certain percent. But when it comes to marriage, it is a 50-50 thing. That money did not fly from up. I was in your life. Probably I didn't bring the money, but I took care of the children. It's my own contribution. We may not have to contribute the same thing monetarily,
Okay.
but there is a contribution in other things. You know they sweep the house. Go sweep and make we see. You fit do am. You dey cook.
I feel sweet.
No, calm down. You don't get the time.
I feel sweet.
I get pikin. I know how. But my husband woke up one and said, babe, women, you can try. Because I just left this boy for him for how many minutes, and he wanted to faint. It's not same. God separated these roles for a reason. That's why he made the women the helpmates, because there are certain things.
You know, some feminists do not agree with what you said now.
It's their business. I'm not a feminist. There are certain things God puts in the woman that makes her qualifiable to be a helpmate. You see, this ability to multitask, it's a gift that most women have not been able to harness. Because you see, you're cooking, you're reading, you're sweeping, can you do it as a man? The women have two different brains inside, but the man just has one. He says, yes, because if a man, my husband, if he's thinking, he'll say, babe, leave me, I'm thinking. I said, baby, who's can't thinking? You know, they think they help me do this thing. You know, they think they. So that is how men are. So you can't, when a man is like that, you not say because you're contributing money and that's all. There are also things that I did that helped. And some of these women also contribute money. But because maybe the man contributes the highest, you not say because of that. It will not, it's a selfish man that will buy a property when the two of them worked hand in hand. Probably the woman did not work to get the money for it and only registers it in his name or the name of him. It's a baby man that will do that.
Okay, let's just dive into this now. What Hakimi did, is it good or bad?
Wait, before we...
It is good and it is bad.
Wait, you know, there are a lot of things that was said about this Hakimi issue.
Okay.
But from part of the story I read, some of these, he made his registration kind of
under the month.
Yes, before even getting to know the lady and marrying her. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So probably he has we didn't hear Hakimi's part of the story. Yes. Probably he has gotten into the marriage 1 year into it, or maybe few months. 1 year is long, is so much of a time, and now sees that this one came in as a gold digger. Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah. So moving some of those things will be shooting himself on the leg. We didn't hear his own part of the story. So everything was based on people's opinion. We don't know what the guy saw that made him decide not to change ownership or maybe make the mom next of kin.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we know, I think over the course of our discussion now, we've been able to agree with the fact that some ladies coming. We all agree that some ladies coming. Sure. So since we know that some ladies coming to steal, to kill, and to destroy.
Not from no.
So it shouldn't be just about ladies. Both men.
Okay. You say some partners, some couples. Don't just say some ladies. If you are saying some ladies, you are like taking sides.
Okay,
don't do that.
But I'm sorry. Okay, so some people.
Some men and some women.
Ladies. Okay, so in that situation, don't you think it's proactive for you to save your wealth somewhere? You know, there is in the developed countries, most especially in the Western world, there's what they call prenuptial, where you sign it before you get married. They say this will happen when we get married, when we want to break up, when we want to separate. You know,
let me just come in. I don't know. You know, I didn't know the reason Hakimi issue had to just go overboard and go viral and all that. Do you understand? Yeah. I think because of the previous situation, maybe the previous things that had happened to other players. Do you know, like the guy from Kenya or what's that guy? So what the wife did, you know, he's an illiterate. The wife siphoned all his wealth. Do you understand? So I believe maybe when Hakimi started coming into limelight, maybe someone around gave him such advice. And now I don't know why it's going overboard, because it is happening here.
Do you think that's why Cristiano Ronaldo is not officially married?
It's his personal reasons.
It's his personal reasons.
About people say that on social media.
Maybe it's his personal reasons. Maybe that should be the reason. I'm not his sister. I don't know.
Western world,
they don't really value marriage and all that. But why are we shouting? Why are this thing have been happening here? When I was in OCDA, where a capital development authority, as a revenue officer, I have people who will come, they will bring in their documents. They are married. To my greatest surprise, they will even come with their wife. They will register it with just their name, without including that of their wife. Like I've talked to like 4-5 men to change their perspective about why would you register your building plan with just your name? What if something happens tomorrow? What if? Yes, uncertainties of life is bound to happen to anyone. Do you understand? So if you're coming to OCDA to register your building plan with your wife, meaning your wife have an idea, your wife is building with you, and your wife is the one that will monitor that project. Do you understand? Maybe when you're not around. Why not register it with your wife in case of tomorrow? Have you not seen a situation that will happen? Maybe a man will just fall down today. The next thing, the siblings have come out.
I don't know. To answer this question, I don't work in the bank. I don't know. Maybe you may have an idea since you are an accountant too. When a man dies, do they transfer the wealth, like everything in the account in the bank? Do they just send it to the?
I know of a friend when the husband died. She was the husband's next of kin. Do you understand? So she wrote to the bank. The bank demanded for the man's death certificate, which she provided. She came, did some signings.
Okay, I want to ask this question. I don't work in the bank and I don't know how those things work. I think you're an accountant, so you should have an idea of something. When a man dies, the money in his account, who claims it exactly? I think it's the next of kin. What exactly happens? Okay,
there are some men that use their wife or their mom as their next of kin. So, in a situation like this, when a man drops dead today and the wife is next of kin, the wife will just go to the bank. The bank will demand for the death certificate of the man. They will be sure, do their investigation and all that. The woman will come, do some signing. The money will be sent to the woman's account.
In a situation where there is another person as next of kin, but the wife is still there, what happens? Who will the bank give the money to?
If the wife has the capacity and what it takes to fight for her rights, she can fight for her rights.
Well, I've worked in the bank before, so the best I know about this next of kin thing, people who name they for info proof for bank, say na him they will give the money. Next of kin is just in case something we can't reach you, who do we reach? Even when you fill your form, that's what next of kin means.
Next of kin now, for your wealth or your money in the bank does not mean who
it does not mean say if you die today that this person they will give it. It's just we can't reach this person. Who else can we? Even your forms, if you go for exams or anything, when you fill your forms and they ask you next of kin, what they are trying to say is, if we can't get to you, who do we get to?
Okay.
So, if in a case where someone is wealthy and has money in his account and he dies, that is why they tell you, write your will on time. Because the truth of the matter is that writing will, our spiritual people think that when you write will, it means you are planning for your death. That's being an illiterate. That's what it means. When you know your family no too dey organized, your wife no get, as in you get plenty wife, you get plenty children. Because if you have only one wife, your wife will know your ATM pin now. There is no need to start going to the bank to collect the money. You just use your ATM and transfer the money to her account
and put the money.
Yes, but in a situation
that's for a situation where is only one ATM pin. For
a
wealthy man, his money is not just in.
If that is why you need to make your wife know everything about you. So I'm talking about what next of kin means in a bank account.
So sorry to say this thing. I think this whole thing boils down to where we started from, what relationship should be like.
Thank you.
I think if it's a good relationship, then these whole things would not even come up.
Yeah,
okay?
the wife should be able to know what
everything
is in and what is not in, and what they have and
what
they don't have.
It should be a joint
and it still boils down to the relationship we're talking about. If the man is actually having a good marriage, having a good time with the wife, do you understand? Dragging issues of who is the next of kin and who is not the next of kin does not really matter to me. Do you understand? Like dragging the issue or another. And there is a mistake African men are making.
Okay.
That, do you understand? It's the mistake of my wife is not my family.
I think I totally won't even support that notion.
My wife, yes, there are some men that have.
Where's that thing coming from?
I have a girlfriend that, to the best of my knowledge, she served in my office. Do you understand? Before she got married, she got married to her university boyfriend. Okay, fine. God bless the guy. The guy is doing well. Do you know more than all the property this guy is buying it in his mother's name? When he buys the one he wants to buy, he will take the document and send to the mother. I don't know if you're getting me. And the girl have been complaining. She'll be like, she has been. Do you know what I told her? You're doing well. You're working. You're doing business. Save up. Get your own property. Buy it in your name. Flash it on his face. And see his reaction. Wow. Which she did. And the guy started blabbing. I wanted to even come into the issue. She was like, Nancy, please. Because my own know they hard. Go to Vaga, you happiness. Do you understand? My happiness was that she's a strong girl. Yeah. She should be in her 29, 30s. Do you understand?
Wow.
She's a strong girl. She's a civil servant. She's into and she's doing marvelously well in her business. Cool. I'm super proud of her. I'm proud to say I coached her. I'm proud to say she's my girl. So when she keep lamenting, to the extent that even the one she was there when they acquired, the husband called her and told her to take it to the mom in the village.
For what?
When she is in town living with the kids. So I've seen that
in mama now, if the husband, that's in the man papa, if in papa do unto mama,
the mother is happy about it. Now what am I saying? This girl, she's a nice girl. She's a good girl. She's not promiscuous. Do you understand? Yeah. She's a good girl. She's family oriented. She's not really giving you headache. She's giving you peace of mind. And you're doing this to her.
Well, all these things boil down to mindset.
That's what I'm telling you. So many men are doing this. They see it as a normal thing. They don't see their wife as someone who is capable enough to take care of their property. I know there are women who are like that. There are women.
Okay, in this situation, is it the mom that is capable enough? I think.
So it still boils down to the mentality. There are people who their IQ are very low.
See who I go blame for this thing at the mama. Mama,
is it the mother?
The mother is the problem. The mother is the person.
No,
the ones I will blame. See, you see, men, our mothers have high influence over us.
Yes. Do you know why I succumb on blaming the mother? I can't. As I'm here and I'm a mother of 3 boys. I've told you don't. What do you want? Give me your say what's happened now. So I don't know if you're getting me.
Hold on.
Like I'm okay as a mother. You don't give me your document to hold. Your wife is there. You say that. So if
you have a contract opinion. Okay, let's hear from you.
This issue has nothing to do with the mother. Did the mom force you to bring it?
If the mom, no, wait.
It's
if the mom calls him to order, I think he will obey the mom.
No.
If the mom tells him
in that situation, it's wrong.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
See, it is a wrong thing for a man. You will leave your father, you will leave your mother, you get married, and your mom is still having influence. Even to the point
there are some mothers who are even demanding for that from their sons. There are some mothers who will be like,
okay, sorry,
bring your document, let me hold. There are women who are like that.
I have this thing to say now, okay? I think I understand where you are coming from perfectly. The man should be in control. I don't see any reason why the mom should have influence. But then, because I think this is a complex issue, that the only thing that solves this thing is you being a good person, the wife being a good person, the mom being a good person. If you are coming from a good family and a good person, you marry somebody also who is good and coming from a good family, I think it solves the problems that you encounter. Because if your mom, if you are married to a bad girl, and because ladies know themselves very well, she made a statement, she talked about the agenda. So what if your mom has looked at that lady and has seen what you can't see,
Okay.
What if your mom has been able to understand that this woman does not genuinely love you, and that maybe she has ulterior motive, she has evil plans, and that this woman does not look like somebody who will take care of you or will take care of your children, and decides to now give you that suggestion and you flow.
I have an answer.
So I think it's another.
Listen.
See, if we are
listen, two wrongs cannot make a right.
Okay.
Two wrongs cannot make a right. You can't marry. Wait, what is the place of trust in marriage? Why are you in a marriage or in a relationship that there is no trust? I bet you disagree. I would just say let it end. I don't see where there will be a marriage without trust. Two wrongs cannot make a right. The fact that you are seeing something in a marriage and you're not comfortable with it, and you decide to also take a wrong step towards it, makes it wrong. Sorry, I am someone that believes in the Bible. If you want to obey God's word, obey it to the fullest. No talk say, because this person no dey do im part, so I no go do my part. When God says you should love, brother, love. As a woman, when God says you should submit, sister, submit. There is no, don't say, my husband is not loving me, so I won't submit. Because you can be submitting, and God does his action in the life of that man, and he begins to love.
Okay,
do your
Sharon,
part.
I'm coming. If you
do
come
your
to,
part by.
Sharon, sorry. If you come to this point, we heard of what happened to Osinachi. Because you are even trying to push us to another direction altogether. Okay, if you come from this point, we heard of what happened to Osinachi, and we knew what people were saying. I mean, Evangelist Osinachi, the music.
That died.
Yes. We know what everybody was saying. Okay, if you say that people should remain what they, I don't think we are being totally honest and totally realistic.
No. See, the case of Osinachi is different.
No, I'm coming. You can't really say now to every action there is an opposite and equal counter reaction.
Osinachi's one is different, not bingo, because the covenant of life is greater than the covenant of marriage. In her own case.
So what if
in her own case she was being abused? In this case, there is no abuse. It's just an absence of trust.
Abuse comes in different ways.
It's not totally different.
Abuse may not just be physical abuse.
Was playing the submissive wife.
What if my wife
was physically abused?
Sharon, let me ask you this question.
No. See, once person lay hands on you, run.
No, Sharon.
That's the thing where they
Sharon,
talk.
I'm coming.
Because the covenant, listen, I need people to understand this.
Okay.
Once you're, as a woman and as a man, because it goes both ways, there are some women are stronger than some men. Once your hand, somebody's hands in a marriage is being laid on you continuously, run. There are even some verbally.
Sorry,
run.
before we deviate, okay. I just had to bring in that. Now, we can't really say in all honesty, Sharon, that somebody is not giving you vibe to trust the person. We are human beings here, and we think, we act. Okay, we even watch movies. I wouldn't want to talk about movies, but when we are watching, you can't tell me that I'm in a marriage now and I'm not getting the vibe. I'm getting that reasons why I shouldn't trust that person. And you say I should just blindly trust that person.
No, I understand where you're coming from. If someone is not giving you energy, someone is not giving you the vibe to trust her as your wife, it is good for you to okay, let me do this way. Okay, for example, let me give my mom my stuff to her.
Okay.
What of in a situation where the person is giving you the energy, the vibe, the trust,
definitely
everything, and you are still doing the same
I think
thing?
that is bad. I think now the problem I think is the man that has, like I rightly said something. I said a man should never be in a situation where the mother controls you. Okay, so but I now still say.
But there are some women like that. There are some men like that. Mama
Why I said two wrongs can't make me right.
No, see the point I was trying to raise now, Sharon. Please. I tried to make it very clear. Okay, because life is not really mathematics. 1 + 1 doesn't always give 2 in real life issues, which is what we are all about here. So now, what if I talked about the issue of the man shouldn't do what the mom says he must do. The man must not be controlled by the mom, okay? But at the same time, what if the mom has seen? I've seen people who got married. I've seen people who got married to bad wives.
No, sure. See,
I've seen how some of those men turn out.
If it's a bad
I have
wife,
a friend. I have a friend that doesn't go home early.
Because
He doesn't go home early. He will call you by 9:30 and say,
Choose.
let's hang out somewhere. Let's go somewhere. The reason is not that he wants to hang out. He doesn't want to go home.
I will keep correcting you. Men and women get married to bad.
Okay, sorry, forgive me.
I will keep correcting.
So both parties. Okay, yes, I've still seen women that got married to irresponsible men.
Have you not seen a woman that is doing well academically, financially, as a morally she's okay? Immediately she steps into that marriage, she loses herself. She loses herself. She will look drained overnight.
Okay, that is still the point. So I think the couple should not, before I say the man, the couple should not be controlled by their respective parents.
What do you they talk?
Okay.
The moment a man leaves his father, Bible says what? Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to the wife.
Of course.
The mother is not secondary.
Good, that's exactly the point I was saying. Now, we have established that point. That's exactly the point where I stand. That's why I say something. I think being a good person and coming from a good background, getting married to another good person who's coming from a good background, I think it solves most of the things we've raised.
That is why
but in the issue now, okay, in the scenario where I have good parents, or let me not say I have, Mr. A has good parents. He's coming from a good background. Got married to this lady. But the lady is not coming from a good background per se. And the mom was able to get to her and, spoil her mind, push her into doing bad things. And then I discovered that this woman is no longer the woman, or the Mr. A discovered that this woman is no longer the woman he married. I was beginning to see some things he didn't bargain for. We established the point that people still change in marriage. Now, what if he sees that, and then the family is coming from the good background also sees that there is a problem? Okay, there's a problem, and call him and say, our son, we have looked at what is happening. It is going this way. This and this is what you can do to handle it.
He can go ahead with that idea after talking with the wife.
After trying on his
own,
see if it can work out
to his level.
Yes.
If he now sees that the woman is really, really far from him, you will not decide to take some precautions for his future.
But at this point in marriage, I don't think if he has done what he needs to do when they were dating or when they were courting,
that's what I've been saying.
I don't think this should pop out. I mean, forgetting me. Men and women should open their eyes when they are not even that. When you're when you are in a relationship, it shouldn't be about the beauty, the money, the stuff you're getting. It shouldn't be about you to vagary your partner or doing some stuff to your partner. It shouldn't be. It should be about your peace of mind, the morals you're getting from that relationship. Like the man you're dating, the woman you're dating, is she up to your standard? Can she represent you financially, physically, morally, spiritually? I don't know if you're getting me. It's not all about dazzling into marriage because you want to get married. That is the problem we're having. Do you understand? People now marry because of our shebi, color of the day. My husband's cartel will come and turn up, money everywhere goes to. They are not marrying because of what they actually, they didn't define marriage before dazzling into marriage. Do you understand? They just want to marry because my friends are married. My biological
fear of loneliness.
It's not really loneliness. There was a time during my sex, I quite got married on time because I went to school at the age of 18. I was already a graduate. Went to service 18. I was already, yes, I was already a graduate. Went to service by 19. Came back 21. I started working.
You wrote jam at what age?
I wrote jam when I was 13. Yes.
Wow.
Your
first jam?
Yes, my first jam. I passed it.
Jesus.
Do you understand?
You must be a genius.
So no, what happened was that according to my mom, I started school with my elder brother very early, and I was that kind of child that my mouth when you were going to school, my hand didn't even get to my ear. They were like asking me ABCD and all that, and I was able to read ABCD to Z on slates that was turned upside down. So my mom was like, after they were like, okay, let us start in primary 1. Okay. Then I didn't even go to this Otakara, this thing. They just, do you understand? Yes, stay for primary 1. Do you understand? So I'm that kind of child. Do you understand? So now I went to school on time. I've graduated. I started working. I had a boyfriend I was dating while I was in school. Do you understand? When I was getting married to my husband, my friends were like, Nancy, you're getting married to this Don. You don't get car, you don't get. No, I was like, no, I've seen through him. He's a hustler. He loves me, he respects me. He values me. He adores me. Do you understand? He didn't have nothing. Now, to me, I know what I want. It's not like I didn't date other guy. I dated one guy, OC, one from Anambra. He's a pharmacist. Every time he's sarcastic and all that. I've seen him with my eyes. It's not like my dating then wasn't like dating the guy, dating. But let me say we were friends, but we were dating. Do you understand? Because then when I was in school, after school, my uncle would come to my hostel, pick me, take me to park. I'll go back to Benin to stay with my parents. Okay. Do you understand? I did not really, maybe after school I'll stay back, maybe hang out with my friends and all that. So when I was getting married, I saw friends saying, Nancy, you're getting me, he doesn't even have a car, he doesn't even have, as in, my friends would be like, Nancy, you of all people, I had friends then that got married to big dudes that came into town. Wow. You know, there's a friend she's my very good friend. She was dating a guy then, Onyeka. Onyeka was working in the bank. I was dating my friend, Onyi. We live in the same hostel. Onyi was in her final years. Then she was just getting ready for her clearance, for service and all that. Now, along the line, she went for Xmas. Went for her brother's wedding. Yeah. Came back, there's this dude that came from Thailand. Yeah, so the dude came in with there was one car that was raining then.
Murano or Infinix.
FJ Cruiser.
Okay.
The guy came in with FJ Cruiser.
Toyota.
No, the big one now that is like I don't know how that car looks. Yeah. Before I could say Jack.
You were married.
She said they are getting married. I was like, are you serious? What's your boyfriend? She was like, no, Nana. Or salary more salary Hannah, you be. I was like, are you serious? I was like, babe, you don't know this guy for crying out loud. She was like, no.
So this is what economic relationship.
She was like, she has made a choice. Now the guy has fatherly kind of body. The guy. I was like, is this like your definition of what you want in a marriage and all? As in, this guy is your guy. Like, when you guys doing well, like, you guys can make a home. She was like, she's not interested though. Before we know, Ashebi material have landed. I didn't go to that wedding. Yes, I didn't go to the wedding because
you didn't want to.
I was angry because this guy go out of his time to always come from Port Harcourt to come and see her. Okay. This guy will buy her stuff. This guy, as in the guy is caring. Do you understand? So to me, the guy is a nice guy.
Okay.
Even when this thing happened, she didn't even. I was like, okay, since you've made your choice, you want to now get married. Why not just call this guy? Why not just call this guy and tell him, I'm getting married. I've seen someone.
Wait, she didn't even tell the guy.
She didn't tell the guy. She got married, left her hostel, left for Abuja. Do you understand? The guy rented the apartment for him in Abuja and left for Abuja. But tell me, the marriage did not last.
Of course it can't.
After 3 years interval, I heard that the guy was always the guy promised her to take her to Thailand. And when they're here, they will try to take you abroad. Their ears will stand. The guy didn't do that. The guy did not do that.
She was a Nigerian wife.
She was just here. It was after she found out that the guy actually had a wife in Thailand with 2 kids.
It's her choice. This thing is not something we should.
Do you understand? No, I know it's her choice. I know I'm just trying to tell you that women and men should actually define what they want in marriage. Do you understand? Just know, this is a man. I'm seeing life through him. This man I can actually put up with this man in the next 20 years. I can actually put up with this man in the next 30 years. This man will bring out the best in me. I can actually build my home with this man. This man is my dream man. It's not because this man is having it now. That's the reason I'm married. Okay. When he doesn't have it tomorrow.
Okay, so sorry to continue. When you wanted to say something.
In choice of partners, even in the relationship, before we now come to this next of kin thing, it starts with our values. Okay. Do you understand? On a personal note, nobody prays to marry a bad wife. Okay. But from what we've heard about marriages, what people are seeing, we can't negate the fact that bad marriages can happen.
They
We
exist.
can have, yes, it exists. We have both bad husbands and bad wives.
Yeah.
But in a situation you are unfortunate and that becomes your reality.
Situation,
You understand? I think if God forbid you can't be with, but if in such a situation you have kids. The Bible in Proverbs says a wise man lays up riches for his what? Kids. So your next of kin can be your kids. Then you take it upon yourself to train them in a manner that
That suits you.
Yes, train them. Children, you train them. Do you understand? Yes, there is going to be influence of their mother, but
or their father.
or their father too. So, but you need to take it upon yourself to train them to be responsible. Why they are your nest of kings? Do you understand? And beyond this thing, I think this whole nest of kin thing is will I say is overrated. Do we expect the person to die? You get my? It's a short.
Yeah.
Somebody that lives next of him, that person will get money. If you don't get anything, you understand? So train your kids to have values that can still make them make other things.
Yes.
Do you understand? If you get into that boat of a bad ship, marriage, my brother, look after your children. Or for the lady, you look after your children. You get the point.
In that sense,
I would not in any way as a person. What if there are no kids? There are charity homes.
in essence,
There are charity homes. There are people that
there's
you
room
can
for
see.
adoption.
in essence,
And there's room for
as
adoption.
people go into marriage, they should still have it at the back of their mind.
And
It just might go south.
yes,
You're trying to say that,
yes,
right?
and most importantly, for choice of partner, you can't know a person in total, even if you decide to date as long as you want.
Okay.
For me, as an individual, I've chosen this is my own path, and I still advise people trust the Holy Spirit to help you.
Thank you.
Do you understand?
Thank you.
That is my own opinion on in a matter
On a
like
matter
this.
of choice.
Because you can't know someone in total. You as a person can change. Situations change people.
Even you say when
Pain
they talk,
change
if you become
people.
the bad
Environment
husband.
change people. Friends change people. So people are subject to change.
I think one takeaway, one thing for me to take away from this thing is, first of all, work on myself.
Yeah.
I think that is the one within my control.
Yes.
Okay, while I trust God, I trust the Holy Spirit to help me get the right person per se, and then help. I also pray that the person doesn't change. I think the one that is well within my reach is my own. Okay, my own character, developing myself, like you both have pointed out. You have emphasized on it, making sure I'm first of all the right type of person. Because if I'm a stupid person and I meet a good woman, it will still end horribly.
Yeah.
So I think everybody should take it upon themselves. Okay, we live in a world where people are running around. There's so much excitement here and there. People don't have time to develop themselves.
People have
Do
also
still read
lost
books?
value.
I know I started this year. This year alone, I've read 2 relationship books. Okay, I know when I posted it on my WhatsApp, some people are like, how far? I say, I need to work on myself. I'm single. There are things I don't know, and I must take conscious steps to work on myself, because this is the one I can control.
Yeah.
The other one now is not within my control. My wife changing or not changing is totally left between she and her
God.
God. Okay. Okay, but that one that is within my control, let me do it. And I believe if we all have this mindset to develop ourselves to be the best husband or the best wife, that means we are all bringing in the best versions of ourselves. And not just that, if we determine to follow it through, I think, because I'm not married, but I think this is the one I've decided to do, and I will do, God helping me. Let me make myself the best person, get into that marriage, and try and remain that best person. I think to a good extent this will help. But now I want us to just touch this in briefly before we end, because it's also key. The DNA issues, okay, is a problem now.
This one is a matter. You know, it's just like it favors the men when you talk about it.
No, you know, many of the times, in fact, if you want ladies to attack you now, don't go on WhatsApp or Facebook and talk DNA. Check your DNA. You go see shaggy. they go come for you and they tell you, why are ladies apprehensive? I've noticed it, I'm sure. And I can even try it if anybody is with it. Why are they apprehensive when they hear that expression or that word DNA? Why is it a problem for them? That is my first question. Okay? And then, should men go to check the DNA of their children to confirm it? What do you have to say?
Somebody cannot just, a man cannot just wake up and say he wants to just check.
Something might have prompted that.
Yes, the DNA of his children. Something must have prompted.
And when that thing prompts, what happens?
It's not wrong.
Should he go and
No,
check?
it's not wrong. It's not wrong for the man
It's
to
not wrong
go
to check.
and check if actually something wrong.
Prompted. You see a text
You understand?
message.
If actually you've started noticing your wife has started cheating on you or some kind of character.
Okay, so sorry to say this now. If I'm asked, what is prompting me is that they exchange babies
In
in
the
the hospital. They exchange babies. So
if they exchange babies,
at the point when
if
my
they-
wife is giving birth, Oga doctor, or I check the DNA. That is my own prompting factor.
you should say it. You don't make the wife look like.
No, but I
as
won't
if-
say it to the woman.
So where did
No, you should say it to the
Initially.
woman.
Oga doctor. I'm asking.
No, I
But
say you
Oga doctor,
should. Do you know?
check the DNA.
Do you know why I
I don't
said?
know whether they exchange my kids. I'm not saying my wife
Why
is
I'm
dead,
saying,
though. I'm not saying I don't trust
In
my
the
wife. though.
hospital, when you are saying you want to do the DNA, make your wife know. Say, honey, you know, say this day they change. Yeah, men will know whether this pikin.
If such is done, my own question is, if such is done, how do ladies receive like your husband walks up to you, baby, I want to check the
But why?
DNA.
Do you know the reason? The
Let
reason.
me ask you this question.
Okay.
How do you feel when your woman is going through your phone?
Your phone. What? As in you won't do anything.
You won't react.
You won't react. But forget I say down, calm down. You get one.
this the person
No. Because I know how men feel when a woman does that. Maybe you won't do it because I know. But majority of men, we feel bad when their wives are secretly, mind my word.
All right.
Because if they are
The thing is
because
this.
of the name, you
The
will not.
thing
And
is,
Sharon, you know the funny part is that they will want to be going through your phone.
Thank you.
wait, the thing
They will
is,
want,
let me
they
say
will
this.
want to be
Let
going
me
through
say
your
this. If we
phone,
talk about,
but their
sorry.
own phone. No,
No, sorry.
don't do
If we
that.
talk about people going through the phone, so I think somehow I feel I'm a bit confused in this explanation where we are very free with our private parts, but our phones are no go area.
You've seen it now.
I sincerely believe it's a red flag.
Yes.
No, sure it is.
We cannot have access
To
our.
our phones. We don't have our pin.
Meaning, yes.
If my wife should be able to take my calls.
Yes.
If I can't take my calls,
Yes.
she should have access, 100% access
Yes.
to my life.
But not in a
So now
not
I'm
in a
coming.
way where
She won't even have any reason to go and hide because she has 100% access. Why is she waking up midnight to go and hide and check the phone?
So,
you not take it to come to that point.
I think.
But I believe that in as much as we're in marriage, there's a place where you allow people live their lives. I don't know. I'm not saying be private with your stuff, but there should be a place where you just let this person be. You must not always come to choke that person. That I don't want to be misunderstood in this statement now, but I just wish people understand what I'm trying to say. In as much as there's privacy with our phones, but
Like
there
you
is
just allow your partner
do
his
her
thing.
thing.
Do his or her thing.
Without going
This-
to
do you know the
know
reason?
the life of female.
Do you know?
See, do you know what can bring both partners to that level?
But something is
on
happening
that
now,
level is because trust have been built.
But sorry, do you know that what is happening now is exactly what I have been saying. The ladies are shifting this thing now. People phone you are shifting.
No.
I asked the question. When I asked that question is, how will the women, as you
You
asked
see,
me,
why are women angry?
Angry.
And
I
that
said-
the man will stop and ask for a dinner.
I asked you, how will you feel?
See the funny thing for me. I'm not even talking about the husband. I say, if Mr. Chooks goes on Facebook to just say, check DNA, you see what happened in my comment section.
Okay.
Why does it trigger ladies?
Okay, so go on the comment section and say,
Why does
men,
it
go
trigger
on
ladies?
the comment section and
I
talk
say
about
women.
Women,
Check your
check your
husband.
husband's phone. See what the men will say.
Men don't cry over that.
It's like they cry, they weep, big child. We big child, they weep, they don't cry, they weep.
Men.
No. Men don't cry, they weep. They weep. I call them weeping babies. They weep over that. They will tell you, why would my wife
Men that
go through my phone?
they like
I don't get it.
So,
In this aspect, she's just trying to use that
as an
as
example.
an example.
Do you know why we are dwelling too much on this? Okay. I don't really need to let my wife know before I'm able to check.
Why?
I'm coming. I can no. Get my point. What I'm trying to say, okay, let me know myself. Let me say, Mr. Okay, DNA does not necessarily need the child to be in the hospital. DNA needs just hair strand or maybe toothbrush or something. Take it to the doctor so you can comfortably check.
Any fluid, any liquid.
You can comfortably check
I know.
your children's DNA without the wife knowing.
Okay, choose.
So now let me just hit it on the
choose.
table.
Wait.
Why will you do that?
DNA, see.
No, I asked a question. You
It's
asked
not
me.
to confirm whether the doctors have
This is my opinion on
See,
this.
Now, before you do that, let your wife know. Because if you don't do that, what you are trying, the message you are passing to your wife is.
Is that you don't trust?
You actually
No,
don't
it
do
shouldn't
that.
be.
It shouldn't be. I'm not seeing the
Okay, why will you do it without telling her? What's your
No,
reason?
I'm not
saying the man should.
I'm not fighting his own
I'm not saying you need to end up.
Sit down. If I give my husband reason to doubt the paternity of my kids, like I've given my husband an obvious reason. An obvious reason, I mean that, like, I am going outside, disrespecting him, varying other men under his nose. Like, to the extent friends have called him to tell him, guy, I just saw your wife now on sharp corner. You know, so if I'm giving my husband that reason, deep down, I know I've actually given my husband such weight. It was my husband that prompted me to do the kind of things I'm doing.
Do you know, I want to shut you down.
If I'm giving my husband such reason, and my husband wakes up one morning and says, hey girl, I want to check the paternity of these children. And he gives me reasons, and deep down I know I have actually given this man the reason to do that. I won't get angry.
I won't get angry for the
I won't get angry when
Let me come from this one.
No, I will not get angry when he tells me I want to go and check the DNA of my kids.
Okay, sorry.
I won't get angry.
I think you are passing this off.
Because I gave him that reason. Do you understand? I'm just telling you for my own. I will not get. He asked a question.
Okay, is it possible for us to take this thing away from personal views now?
Okay.
Okay, sorry, before I start, you want to say something?
Yeah. From this thing, if you are guilty of something, if you are accused of it by virtue of taking that kind of action, you would definitely react. It will show. But I think if you are free, you know you are not guilty, you've not met other men. For me, I think this is where I want us to get to, where DNA test should be like taking genotype test.
It should be very normal.
It should be normal. And on a personal note, maybe the lady I'm going to marry will have an agreement, like it should be normal. When we are giving birth, our children's genotype.
Sorry.
And also their genotype.
You can't put a child genotype as at that time.
Okay, you can't find the child.
Child is a girl.
There was something fascinating she said. There's something fascinating she said. Fascinating she said that she should have given her husband this. Now let me say this.
I said, if I have given my husband reasons, I mean, maybe I'm now living away. What
no, I get that one.
Reason that will make him suspect me and my kids. It is okay.
No, see my point now. My point now is what you said is very valid. I'm saying that the issues of genotype that we've had, including the one that we had last week, where a friend to the husband called the wife and told the woman that I'm going to hide this thing for you. If you don't agree. Now, this thing you are saying, many times when this issue of paternity fraud has occurred, there were almost no signs or no pointers to it.
That's the thing.
So if you are saying I should wait, many of the women that gave other men children that gave men children that don't belong to them didn't even give them signs.
Even
It was not secretly.
Another thing.
Many of them found, many of them can't believe it. Many of them there was no point at all. So if you are saying that the man should see physical signs, they may never see it. Because women may never show you.
No, wait.
Another.
I will live at the time when ladies sleep with their exes.
That's even the.
See, that is another story.
Because they get married to the
you
men.
guys don't want us to live
That
here
is
today.
right.
You know, if you are talking about ladies that maybe there are ladies a day to their wedding they will go and shack their exes. Men, there are men who does that too. A day to their wedding they will go and, in fact, I've gone to a wedding that the man lost his ex-girlfriend in the same hotel where the wife, everybody was. The ex was there. I don't know if you're getting me. So it is both ways. And of course, the same man they carry belly.
This what?
And of course, the same man they carry belly.
This is very
You
what
understand?
you say.
And of course, the same man they carry belly.
Those man they carry belly.
Yes. Now, if we are saying because of maybe there is no sign, there are no sign, fine. I know. Me, I was talking from my own perspective. Like.
But woman when they carry belly, why she go carry
That's the kind.
another man?
That's why we say, you see, when things happen, it still falls down to the woman. We are the ones that
We are the receiving
We are the
end
receiving end.
of everything.
So that's why
But how will a man receive? Do you want a man to take responsibility?
No, that's what I'm saying.
In the issue of
you're not
DNA.
getting this
See,
one.
How will
no,
a man take
The man that
responsibility?
is casting that stone, the man that is casting that stone has been a victim of that for most of the times.
Okay.
So the reason why it looks as if it's a big deal is because there is an end product of that.
See what you said is actually right for me. Men can actually
They do the same most times.
seek for a DNA test.
Yeah.
I've seen a family that it was at the verge of them leaving the country. The man found out that
So that one is compulsory.
Before you leave,
That one is compulsory. Once you do visa, they go do.
Yes.
Once you want do visa.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
Once you want do visa, they must do the DNA.
We'll continue in comment section.
If you have anything to say, dear viewers, if you have any comments to make, if you want to say anything, as regards the whole conversation, we want you to hit us up, go to the comment, drop it, and then wait for the very next one. I'm very sure that this thing it never ends. And their blood still dey hot. They are still boiling. They have lots of
My own
things.
is that there should be trust in
So
the relationship.
I'm promising you guys, make sure you follow Westani Podcast, Real People Issues. We are not here for play. I will be giving you very wonderful content. We'll give you live discussion. What has just happened there is the part one. So I want to promise you. So viewers, I think we just have to come to the end of today's episode. I know it has really been intriguing, it has been so mind-blowing, and I almost lost control of myself, and then I wish we could continue this, but we'll have to come to the end of this episode. So if you have anything to say, if you have your own views on the matter, please do share with us. Go to the comment section, drop your comments. We want to hear from you, we want to get your feedback, and we promise you that Westani Podcast will always give it to you up. We are here for real people issues. We're here to attend to you. And also, if you want to come up and share your opinions with us, if you want to be part of us, also please send us a DM. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow. This is just the part one. I promise you the part two of this relationship talk is coming. Okay? Make sure you always follow Westani Podcast, Real People Issues. Thank you. So our guest, on behalf of my co-host and I, want to appreciate you, Fancy Nancy and Sharon.
Yeah.
Thank you for the conversations, and I hope we do this some other time.
I really enjoyed myself.
So we'll have a small present for you. I have a small present from Westani Media and Billion Craft. So we hope to see you some other time.
Thank you for. Okay. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
Thank you for having us to this wonderful relationship
relationship program, and Wasani Media in partnership with Billion. Wow, the energy is giving vibe. And I enjoyed the section. Thank you for this. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
for coming.